Many thanks for making a date on the marketplace and welcome back. Now, entrepreneurs are calling government to develop a strategy to streamline the process by which businesses file their tax returns and payments in the country. They view the process of filing to be a disincentive due to its cumbersome nature. They've been sharing their thoughts ahead of the audit firm PricewaterhouseCoopers edition of the program sponsored by Joy Business.
The tax regime should be clear. So one of the things for SMEs is they don't understand. You know, when I started, the struggles like which tax do you pay, where do you go, how do you even get, your TIN number, those things are really hard, right? And so government needs to make it easy if government needs to make it easy for them to collect the money, they should need to make it easy for us to understand what the tax regimes are, where we go to, what you need to do, how much you need to pay, that sort of thing.
The paperwork involved also is quite technical for some small business owners.
Is that an admission that the paperwork becomes too cumbersome and that makes you struggle in paying the taxes?
Yes, it is a lot of paperwork to do when you are going to pay your taxes. And that's why people even try to outsource to us. So if it is quite easier, they would have gone there to do it. Also, the VAT changes. Most people don't know how the calculation is done. At first, it was just a flat 17.5 on the service charge, but currently it is graduated. So first, you end up doing 2.5 before applying the 12.5 on the subtotal that you get. We get some invoices from vendors who are still using the old system. So that shows you that there is a gap in terms of understanding how the new changes are to be implemented.
I think that, systems have been streamlined and other organizations have been able to streamline their services to make it more friendly, such that you are not supposed to walk into their offices to make any inquiries or to do any payments. For me, the payment process can be made more friendlier and easier by allowing us to do mobile money payments or bank transfers or other secured payments, so that we can also focus on other activities as well. Because I'm supposed to go to the taxpayers' office, I spend so much time there because there are so many people there, and that is productive time going down the drain. So if the system can be streamlined to make it easier for us to pay our taxes, I think that would really help. We will.
All right, so February 12 is a date for the Joy Business PwC Knowledge Series on taxes. You can join us at the Mervyn Pick Ambassador Hotel here in Accra for what promises to be very interesting sessions. The time is 8:30 and, of course, the hashtag is IntelliTax. Let's go back to another story here. Poultry production in the country is set to receive a substantial boost with the introduction of relatively locally manufactured incubators. A teaching assistant at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Department of Animal Sciences, David Wakpal, is behind this new development. Love FM's Kwesi Debra speaks with him on how the technology works.
It's 6 a.m. and PhD student Albert Ni Amatego attends to his coop at his project site, which produces 300 eggs a day. Though he is happy to be a supplier for 5 traders, acquisition of birds remains a challenge. Like many farmers, Albert's flock is raised from imported chicks.
From all the way from Belgium. And the price is very high. In the local market, you get the price being about 4.5, 4.7 Ghana cedis. On the international market, to get those from outside, the least cost you can get, that's the minimum price, is about 5.7. So the difference between the local and then the imported is 1 CD, which is a huge money. From Christmas, for instance, you need to book well advanced before you can get them. If you book a month late, you get.
Global Agricultural Information Network estimates Ghana's 2017 total domestic supply of broiler meat was less than 25% at 35,000 tons. This is in spite of increasing demand, while imports increased by 14,000 tons to reach 158,000 tons in that year. Dr. Jacob Ahassan Hamidou is senior lecturer at the Department of Animal Science at KNUST.
Now it has shot up to around over 200,000 metric tons. Yeah, there are various problems coming to the poultry industry that really leads to this importation and little production within. And that total consumption that I gave you is only for broiler meat and not necessarily on egg consumption. And we need a lot to also produce our own eggs.
Apart from these factors, supply of quality day-old chicks is crucial for increased poultry production. Access to the day-old chicks with low disease risk has been difficult.
As of 2016 again, a total of close to 5 million day-old chicks were imported into Ghana. And then there was only about 2 million day-old chicks that were being produced locally. So if we put that together around that time, the total demand, let's say, of day-old chicks in the system would be around 8 million. Currently, we are doing around 10 million or more. The main problem, chick quality. Farmers feel like the kind of chicks that they receive from the local hatcheries are of poor quality.
This is where good quality incubators come in, but mostly imported and expensive. David is a Greek biotechnology graduate who has been researching into affordable ways of producing incubators. The project, which started in his room in his third year at the university, has paid off. He now produces affordable and equally efficient incubators comparable to foreign brands.
It has a hatching percentage of over 80%. And compared to the imported one, the price of production is very low, about half of the imported one. And the advantages it has over the imported one, this one can be serviced here in Ghana because it was built by engineers in Ghana here. And also it's adapted to our climate.
For a bonus, he has placed rollers beneath the main compartment, so farmers will have no difficulty moving it around. So far, apart from producing one for the department, he has more than 5 clients across the country. David is still researching into ways of improving the machine, which brings relief to many local farmers. Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
Obviously an impressive development for the production and poultry industry. Now, Premium Motors, the authorized dealer of Renault cars in Ghana, has unveiled the all-new 2019 Renault Duster. According to CEO of Premium Motors, the move is part of the company's commitment to delivering improved services to the Ghanaian market. At the official launch of the automobile, CEO Jihad Hizaji also hinted of plans to set up an assembling plant in the country. There's more in this report.
The much improved all-new 2019 Renault Duster, dubbed the Unstoppable SUV, promises car lovers a new dynamic exterior design, new modern interior and super exciting features at an affordable price. Some of its upgraded features include a revised engine capacity of 1.6 litres, the push-button smart system, electric power steering, rear parking sonar sensors, as well as a 17-inch diamond-cut Maldives alloy wheel, among other incredible features. Jihad Hijazi is the CEO of Premium Motors.
With our new Duster, we've not only worked on the shape of the vehicle, as you've seen, the shape itself, the aesthetics have been drastically improved. The engineering has been drastically improved, the interior has been drastically improved, and most importantly, the price has gone down from the previous Duster, whereby, you know, the previous high-end Duster was retailing around $23,500 to $24,000. Our top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art new Duster is around $22,500.
He further noted the company is finalizing discussions to also commence assembling its cars here in Ghana.
You know, my partners from Renault France were here last week to meet with the presidents, and the intention has been made clear that we intend to establish a plant and to produce made in Ghana Renaults.
The new Renault Duster sells between $17,850 and $22,500. Alternatively, previous owners of Renault cars are allowed to come in for a swap under certain terms and conditions. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo.
Now, packaging Ghana's raw materials has been a major problem over the years, as most commodities are usually exported in their raw state. Shea butter is one of such products. But a young lady, Tutua Ahoy, is changing the face of Ghana's shea butter industry. Her unique packaging, sourced locally, is placing the Nokware skincare brand on the global market. Her story, a repeat of the Joy Business van.
Value addition to Ghana's raw materials has been a major problem for decades, and shea butter is one of such products that are exported in its raw state. But the story you are about to watch will blow your mind. Ghana's own shea butter with swag. Packaging for the international market, and Nokware Skincare is our guest on the Joy Business Van. She's young, daring, educated, with a great sense of fashion. Even though she had dreams of becoming a fashion designer someday, she now produces shea butter. Meet 28-year-old Tutua Ahoy, a degree holder in banking and finance from the University of Ghana. She also holds masters in international business at Grenoble University in France. As if to say, when the world can't accommodate you, create your own space. Tutua turned her misfortune into a blessing. And that was after the job market failed her.
I couldn't find a job. I finished my master's, I came home, I was home for about 8 months, I wasn't finding a job. It was very depressing. I mean, my father would wake up every morning and into one baby being, and you know, it's very, especially when you've taken the steps to go and find like a higher education, you come back. I mean, they tell you that like you go to school, you do your master's, you come back, you get a good job, you get married, you have kids, you die. Like that's sort of like how like the trajectory of life. And so when you do all of that and then one step, the next step doesn't fall in place, it's very disheartening.
Like every startup, Tutua started small in her bedroom.
And it wasn't even a conscious thing of, oh, if I can't find a job, then let me be a job. It was more, I had a friend that I met during my master's, and we moved back to our home. She moved back to Botswana, and she was always telling me, oh, send me some of your alata samina and shea butter. And so I sent to her sometimes, and then there was a day she said, oh, send me some for my friends also. I was like, I don't even have a job, I don't have money, you always go and buy something to your friends, you'll buy it. Right when I said you'll buy it, I remember I just like rolled over to the side of my bed. I had like a little red notebook. Took the notebook, started writing ideas, and all of a sudden like the ideas were just like coming. I was like, okay, maybe this could be something more than just a small thing sending to my friends. But even then it wasn't something I wanted to sell in Ghana, because I was like, how many people make shea butter in Ghana? And so I was just like, okay, how are you going to send it to me? I was like, okay, I need to figure out like the packaging and stuff.
It's just 1 year into the business, and a brand is breaking grounds on the international market. She now sells in about 4 African countries.
So we're both local and international. We do wholesale to all of the stores that we're in. So in a bunch of stores like in Kotoka Airport and other stores, and then also we do retail, so customers can buy from us directly. But what we also do is wedding favors, which has also become, I mean, the major parts of the business. If you look on the board, you see all of the orders for the wedding favors that we have coming up, and so that's for Ghana. And then internationally we work with other female-owned businesses that sort of have like an online platform or a physical store where they sell natural products. And so we've partnered with them, and there's some in Tanzania, there's some in Kenya, there's some in Zambia, there's some in South Africa. And so they also retail our products for us outside.
The business has also employed 5 all women.
Women and women empowerment is something that's always been dear to my heart. And I mean, particularly in Africa, the gender parity gap, the number of men working versus the number of women working is not equal. And also, even for men and women doing the same jobs, the women get paid less than the men for doing the same jobs, whereas the women are not only doing that job, but they're running the home, they're taking care of the children. And so I just always felt like, let's create an environment where we give the people who under normal circumstances would not find a job, let's give those people a job. And so, I mean, I feel like the men have enough opportunities as is. And so as a woman, if I'm creating something, I'll create it for people. And so what we also do is we don't hire like just educated people. There's women who work here who have never been to school.
She currently has 2 products, the Nukware soap and shea butter.
And with the soaps, we have 4 variants. So we have some with neem oil, some with baobab oil, some with activated charcoal, so for different skincare needs. And so the activated charcoal, for instance, is for oily skin. The shea and baobab is for like dry skin. So we've targeted all the different skin types with the soaps. And so this is where the packaging for the soaps is done. And so first we get the soaps, we put them in the calabashes, we use the cocoa sacks to cover it, and then she then puts the raffia. It's actually raffia, it's from a palm tree.
The most fascinating thing about the brand is the packaging. Calabash, raffia, and other local materials have been used in packaging to highlight Ghana's natural resources while preserving the environment.
It's to stay true to our African heritage. I mean, we don't need to go buy plastic and pollute the environment with so many plastic containers when we have natural packaging materials that we can use to make our own packaging. And so the calabash is African. Jute sacks are perfectly fine to make covers. Raffia is perfectly fine to tie a nice little bow. So in the end, it just looks like a cute little package like this.
Love it, I guess.
They love it. I mean, the packaging is the main reason why I would say we are where we are in a year.
Very impressive story of Tutua Ahoy. Catch the Joy Business Van again next Wednesday on Joy News, of course, with a repeat on business on the Marketplace. Joy News on Wednesdays, Business Live on Wednesdays, and of course, Marketplace is a repeat on Thursdays. Let's move on to one of our top stories today. And Cabinet has gone ahead to improve the implementation of the UniPass, a port clearance system, which was initially scheduled to start on January 1, 2019. IT solutions firm West Blue Consulting has sued Ghana Link Services, Customs, UniPass International Agency, and WorkSmart Limited for allegedly cloning the Ghana National Singing Window software. West Blue says it got to know that its systems had been tampered with sometime in July 2018 by owners of UniPass. Now we want to take a look at all these issues, and once again my colleague Norvan Akwaheford, who has been following up on this development, has joined me in the studio. Norvan, so what can you tell us emphatically about Cabinet approving the implementation of UniPass?
Yeah, what is interesting is that our investigations have shown that Cabinet has gone ahead and approved this particular deal, which means that come what may, UniPass will at some point take over the operations when it comes to port, management systems and then trade facilitation at our ports. That is what they're going to take over. And it's surprising because...
It is, especially when the Vice President had suspended its implementation in January.
Yeah, on 1st January, we all thought that UniPass was going to take over this trade facilitation and then the management systems, custom management systems, at the port. When later on, we had the Vice President with the economic management team indicated that, look, let's have some 6 months break, hold on, let us begin to interrogate this thing. The Attorney General, for information, was also engaged to give his or her opinion. I mean, her opinion on this particular matter. And the department, the Attorney General Department, I do not know if they have, actually sent their opinion and their recommendations as to what they think is best, whether they should go ahead and abrogate the contract with GCNet. Remember, GCNet as a company already got its contract extended, for another 5 years with the Trade Ministry. And don't forget that the Trade Ministry is the one that signed the contract with GCNet, the contract with West Blue, for and on behalf of government. Sure. And it was the same Trade Ministry that also signed this particular contract with the Unipass group. And that's where the problem is, because if the vice president with the economic management team says, let's hold on, let's have some conversation on this matter, and let's try and find out what the real issues are, and then all of a sudden we see cabinet going ahead to approve this, because we know that GCNet and some other and West Blue have been told that yes, what is happening is that cabinet has approved it, and so there's some transition team that is supposed to be formed, and they have to be able to work in that line.
All right, Novan, so what is the current update on the suit against Unipass by West Blue? What are they saying exactly?
Okay, so in this particular, there's a statement of claim, and then if I quickly will read what it says, that what the plaintiff was seeking, and just to tell listeners, it was Unipass and 3 other companies. So remember that Ghana Link Limited Services, Ghana Link Network Services Limited, they were the Ghanaian company that brought in Unipass from Korea. And then there's also another company that is the Link International Holdings, and then WorkSmart Limited. So actually Unipass is the 3rd defendant, Ghana Link is the 1st defendant, the Link International Holdings 2nd, and then WorkSmart is the 3rd defendant in this particular case. Now, the statement of claim here says that an order of perpetual injunction to restrain defendants, whether by their directors, officers, agents, servants, or assigns, whosoever, from using the software they cloned from plaintiff's own view, and also ensure that they do not have to do it again. And then it went on to indicate that damages against the defendant for infringing the plaintiff's copyright, that is in the area of they using their pass by cloning the software in 2018 without authorization. And they have also said that all legal costs as far as these proceedings are concerned should be charged on the defendants.
All right, so the case is in court, and I believe you will still be following up on it and bring us up to speed with new developments. My colleague Norvan Akwa-Hayford on that. And before we go, U.S. President Donald Trump has named Senior Treasury Department official David Malpass to lead the World Bank.
If approved, he is expected to push the bank to narrow the focus of its lending to the world's poorest countries, among other changes. His nomination has stirred debate, as some worried that Mr. Malpass, a critic of the bank, would seek to reduce the World Bank's role. White House officials say Mr. Malpass, a long-time Republican, would be a pro-growth reformer. At a press conference in Washington, Mr. Trump praised Mr. Malpass as a strong advocate for accountability at the World Bank for a long time. The president, who frequently criticizes multilateral institutions, said he expected Mr. Malpass to ensure that the bank's dollars are spent efficiently and also serve interest and...
And that's a wrap on the marketplace today. Many thanks for watching. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Let's meet again the same time tomorrow.